Today we are cooking a delicious dish of Greek oregano and lemon potatoes. This is inspired from my little holiday in Santorini, where we had these beautiful lemon roasted potatoes, and it's one of my favourite combinations. And the Greeks do it so well. This lemony, delicious potato. You feel like lemon and potato shouldn't work, but it absolutely does. And this recipe is inspired by the Greek recipe, but it's one of my own, and it's all done in one tray. Okay, so there's no, apart from chopping the potatoes, there's not really anything else you need to do, which is lovely and simple and easy. So we're going to start off by getting some moreish piper potatoes. My go-to gal, my favourite little spud, the Mari P. 4 large moreish pipers. I might do 5 just because these have come in a little bit smaller than I wanted them to be. But food's all about problem solving. Problem, solution, problem, solution. The problem is they're a little bit small, so we're going to do 5. But it shouldn't make that much difference. So we're going to cut them into lovely wedges, cut them into halves, and then cut them into halves again. And then what I like to do is turn them over and then just get that very thin bit and cut through them one more time. That's my kind of wedge. And I want it accurate, and I want it right on that tip of the sharp edge of the potato. I once was doing staff food and they told me to do wedges, and I took absolutely hours because I was obsessed with making the wedges proper wedges. I don't know what it was. They were like, you spent more time doing this staff food than you've ever done actually learning any of the recipes in the restaurant. But yeah, take pride in my potato wedges, thank you very much. Right, once they're all chopped up, get them into a nice tray. This is a very nice tray, actually. I just said how lovely and clean it is because sometimes on my videos I don't have trays that are clean, ready to go, but we found one. It's beautiful. Next, you basically just add everything into here. So let me have a quick double check. We need 2 lemons juiced. That's not a board. Don't cut it on the counter. What is so great about this recipe as well is, you know, usually potato recipes, you're expected or expecting to parboil, drain, use a pan, use a colander, use a sieve, use all this stuff. Whereas this recipe, we're banging them in and we're going. So there's no messing around. And if you wanted to, I mean, I've put my chicken stock in a jug, but if you just have like a pack of chicken stock, you know, like the one that's already liquid that you don't have to mix, you could just pour it in from the container. So you literally got no washing up apart from the tray when you're done. 2 lemons juiced straight into the tray. We've got oregano, and that is how many tablespoons? 2 tablespoons of dried oregano. Also, if you can, try and look for, and I don't want to be that person, get expensive oregano, because the oregano that we get in the UK sometimes is mixed with just dried leaves. It's not true oregano. So I don't know if it needs to be more expensive, but maybe look for like Greek oregano, or from a place, or from a reputable brand is more likely. I learned that when I was making a spice myself, and they were like, we're the only place to get real oregano. Anyway, chicken stock. We've got 250 mils of beef or chicken stock. This one is homemade chicken stock. This is the good shit. That's going in. And then your 2 tablespoons of proper Greek oregano, if possible. And then loads of salt and pepper. You know what? Because it's you guys, I'll go for the posh flaky stuff. I can't get into it. Scissors. It's one thing that annoys me, and I'll be having words with the brand, is these bags are always rubbish and you always end up losing loads of salt anyway. Plenty of nice salt and pepper. It's always really like a challenge to try and get the seasoning done in these videos because I want to do it fast, but it takes a while, and then you just got a minute of me grinding pepper, which isn't very interesting. Just give it a little mix to make sure that it's all combined and there's not one potato that just tastes like lemon. And then that goes in to a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius with the fan on for 30 minutes and then another 30 minutes. So it's an hour altogether. But it means you get these beautiful golden lemony herby potatoes. Sorry, I've just been rewind. Also need some olive oil in there. I'm sorry, we didn't get a Greek olive oil. We've got a Spanish olive oil, and it is 3 tablespoons. It says light, but I'm going extra virgin. It's my recipe, and I can do what I want. I can cry on my birthday. 2, 3. Well, these are expensive wedges. Okay, cool. Now they go into the oven at 180 degrees Celsius with the fan on for half an hour, and then we'll toss them and put them back in again. So this recipe is actually from the whole potato chapter that's in my one pot recipe book. Although that's in a tray, they wouldn't let me call it one vessel, so we had to settle on one pot. So I thought one vessel was quite good. So it can be a pot, it can be a pan, it can be a tray. That's what I've kind of taken it from. But yeah, there's a whole potato section. As per all of my books, I have to have just a potato chapter at least. But yes, they should look something like that at the end. Delicious. They're really good. They are really good. And a lovely little side dish. To be fair, you could probably just throw some chicken. I should have done that. Could have thrown some chicken thighs on top and you have a whole dinner ready. One part. So the lemon and oregano Greek potatoes have had half an hour. And you can see that chicken stock starting to caramelise around the outside. They're getting golden, they're getting cooked. They smell divine. In the words of Kate King, divine. So just give them all a toss. And turn them over, get them coated in the rest of the dressing kind of chickeny, herby deliciousness that's in there. The reason that you put chicken stock all over them is so that they kind of boil, steam in liquid, so you get that lovely fluffy texture on the inside and crispy on the outside. If you go in dry, you'll have dry wedges. No one likes a dry wedge. Oh, that's for me. That is absolutely just for me. Woo! That is so good. And lemony. Right, I'm doing one by one. Come on, gal. Get them tossed. You can do more than one toss at a time. You've done it before. You can do it again. I've got it in me. Back into the oven for another half an hour just to finish getting caramelised, delicious and golden. Oh, look at them. Beautiful. So they've had their last half an hour. You get some real crispy bits, some stodgy bits, and loads of flavour. Just give them a little once over. I love when they stick to the bottom because you get that. Oh, where are you? Look at that. That's that chicken stock, making it golden and crispy. What I love so much about this recipe, these delicious potatoes, is that they go with basically anything. And if you want something different, let's say you're having like a Sunday dinner, or you're having chicken thighs, or you're having something, you're like, I don't really want like some plain potatoes on the side. These are the go-to. They're perfect in summer, in spring, in autumn. Guys, there was a cut there and I just sang to you, and they can't use it because it's copyright. But you had a full like 30 seconds of a song, and it was actually quite good. I'll be our Masked Singer one day. It's a mountain of delicious potatoes. Oh, there you have them. These beautiful Greek oregano and lemon, lovely potato wedges, all done in one tray, one pot, one pan, whatever you want to call it. and perfect for this beautiful summer weather we're having. It is tipping it down outside, but they'd still be good in rain or sunshine because they're that delicious. And so easy. Oh God, good. Oh God, I'm gonna eat loads of these. These are just for me now. What I love the most about them, it is just throw a load of ingredients into a pan, get it into the oven and turn it a few times. Like, there's nothing to it really. It's as easy as opening a bag from the freezer and putting it in the oven, I think. But you get such a better result. That's really good. Bit of mayo on that. Perfect. If you like this recipe, then, well, first of all, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel because I've got loads of potato content and all sorts of other bits. But also, I have got a book. One pot, it's delicious. This is in there, but you can use this recipe from here instead if you want to. Don't you worry about it. But yeah, check it out.